What's up agents, Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's video is going to be a very fun to use and very powerful PvP build for group play or solo play. You can put enemy players on the blind and bleed for so long that sometimes they actually give up and stop fighting, because not only can they not see you, they can't strafe, but they're also dying from the bleed itself. This is going to be a very potent damage build and a status effect build, so kind of like a hybrid between the two. And I think this is quite fresh. It's going to revolve around the ongoing directive gear set. I'm going to do my best to quickly go through the description. I don't want to talk about it too much. It is quite a simple build to make, but there are a few tweaks or tricks that you could implement or change up to suit your own playstyle. Like I always say, don't just copy it. Different ways you can run it, should I say. So the gameplay, hopefully you guys do enjoy it. I'm going to put more gameplay than I normally do because it's a lot of fun to watch, I think, and to use this build is really fun. It's very, very powerful as well. So let's take a look at it as a whole. 4-piece ongoing directive. This is a bit different. Normally you wouldn't use the backpack, but for this, I wanted to go for a bit more utility. Don't be fooled. The damage is exceptional because of the hollow point ammo. So let's take a look from the beginning. Firewall specialization, because we want that very strong armor kit. We don't have a lot of survivability, so we need to make sure we can use that armor kit to get our armor up, and it consistently brings it up for about 10 seconds. It's very strong as well. Also, the shield gives us more damage. You don't even have to use a shield at all with this build because we don't use in sync. It's all on bleed damage or just shooting enemies or players who are on the bleed. 1.1 million armor. It's up to you how far you want to go with the reds or the blues. I personally think even more reds would be beneficial because we just want to do as much damage as possible, but I just wanted to give it 2 blues just so I could still play a bit more aggressively. Depends on your playstyle. So make sure AR damage is activated on the firewall specialization and you've decided how much armor you want to go for. So the guns that we're going to be using today, it's completely up to you. Shotgun, make sure you do use Sadist because they're going to be bleeding a lot, and the pistol, Sadist, whatever, it doesn't really matter. The main thing is the assault rifle. Now the FAL is not the best AR in the game for long range and medium range. The SOCOM MK16 is the best. I see some creators are starting to catch on finally, but the SOCOM MK16 is the best middle to long range AR in the game. So it's up to you though, it doesn't matter. For closer ranges, the FAL could become better, but I recommend the SOCOM MK16 FAL. It's really up to you guys. You can even use the FAMAS, whatever. But I think using a gun that has good accuracy and hits hard from range is important. So the FAL or the SOCOM MK16 is fine. Sadist does more damage than in sync, and I have made videos on this in the past. Go and check it out because it does. I know it might seem bugged. I think it's bugged, but it gives you a lot of damage for a talent that only says 20% weapon damage. It is unbelievably strong, especially with this build we're using now because they will constantly be on the bleed. When modifying this, now we still want to get our crit chance to 60%, so make sure you put the right mods and a plus 20 round magazine. If you're a new player, make sure you go and farm for this. It's very important. Right, let's take a look at the build now. So the 4-piece ongoing directive, very strong. So if you guys did not know how this gear set works, let's go through it. 15% status effects. So straight off the bat, we already can see that the gear set delves into status effects, which is nice. Reload speed is also quite slept on, especially if you want to use an LMG, which you could with this build, no problem. Use whatever gun you want, really. Rules of engagement. So killing a status affected enemy grants hollow point ammo for your weapon. First off, how are we going to make sure that we kill someone who's under a status effect? You can throw grenades, you can use a Stinger Hive, but I think to make this a full damage, just DPS build, we have gone for the talent trauma. So we put them on the bleed and we blind them in the face, shoot them in the head. Therefore, when we kill them, they will give us the explosive rounds. So if we have a look now, or should I say, the hollow point ammo. Don't be fooled, it does look like explosive bullets, but yeah, I guess it kind of is, but it is hollow point ammo. So once we've killed them, we get it. So amplifies weapon damage by 20%. And the nice thing about this is your magazine fills up with it. You can also reload and it doesn't take it away, which is quite good and I think quite handy. So 25% amplified damage is multiplicative, and it also applies the bleed. So from range, we will be able to apply the bleed to enemies whenever we want, as long as we have the icon for these bullets. So I think we'll be able to put players on the bleed from long ranges. A lot of players do like to use glass cannon, and the great thing about this build is because we've stacked status effect on it, we shoot a guy once, we can actually kill a player with 1 bullet of an assault rifle with this build. 1 bullet. I actually broke his armor. He was about to die and he procced an armor kit if he's wearing glass cannon. The nice thing about this is as well is players can't strafe from any ranges because the exotic chest piece Ridgeway's Pride The problem with that is you have to get up close, and I like to use ARs from range, especially when going into a damage dealing build, like for conflict. So I think this works really well. That is why we have chosen the backpack instead of like a vigilance or something like extra damage from another talent, like for example, Wicked, which will give us more damage. You can go for these other combinations. You can swap it up how you want, but I think the ongoing directive backpack is great because it increases the duration of your bleed status effects by 50%. And all bleed damage done by 100%. So the bleed is going to hurt like hell. And that is evident in the gameplay. And you will see what I mean. We can get upwards of over 20,000 bleed damage just by shooting one bullet. And that ticks over like 10 seconds. In PvP, that's a lot of damage. If you wanted to run the chest piece, I just want to quickly showcase what it is. So the chest piece actually increases your damage quite significantly. It's from 20% to 35%, so 15% extra damage. I personally don't think it's that worth it, especially when there's other talents like Unbreakable, but I think this is for different builds. I have made builds like this in the past. I don't want to delve too far into what different combination you can use. That's for a different day. This is going to be more spec towards status effect. I've rolled status effect on a lot of the pieces. That's why we've got the crit chance Cheska to get our crit chance up, and also golden gear for more status effects, because the whole point of this build is utility. We blind them, we bleed them, we get our hollow point ammo, we dish out huge damage from the amplified multiplicative damage from the hollow point ammo and the sadist talent. Not only that, but they will be bleeding and blind for so long. It's ridiculous how long these enemies stay, or the PvP, in PvP, the players, how long they are under these status effects allows you to push them. It allows you to just tick their armor away from range, helps your teammates as well. It's such a great build to use, and it's fun to watch people just go under those effects and they're not even sure how you're doing it, because normally with trauma, you shoot them once, they bleed, they cleanse it, or they wait for it in, and then they think that it's done, so they rush you, and you just put them on the bleed instantly again and melt them to pieces. It's really fun. So there's many ways you can make this build, but I think the backpack combination with extra status effect really works well. Now you're probably wondering why I haven't used the Vile Mask. I tried that. It gives you like around about 7, 8 or 8,000 damage a tick as on top of the like 19,000 or 20 something thousand, depending on what the enemy player is wearing, if you're wearing glass cannon or something like that. I don't think it's really worth it because I wanted to mainly focus on the status effect side of it, not really extra damage per se. So you can use the Vile Mask if you want, but I think the golden gear, without maybe not a crit damage roll, maybe a status effect roll as well, could be beneficial for this build, but I think I prefer it like this. So it's up to you how you want to go with it. And the main reason for the Cheska and the golden is for the utility and to get our crit chance up. You can run a Fenris if you want, or turn into a shot. If you want to make this into a close range shotgun build, this isn't the one for you. This is more for longer ranges. You should use a Wicked, sorry, not a Wicked, a Ridgeway's Pride chest piece that will also heal you from close range, and a Wicked backpack. But it's up to you guys. Like I said, changed up to suit how you want to be playing. So looking at the pieces, golden gear for that extra status effect. We've got crit chance, crit damage with a crit chance modification. Very nice, 10% with armor rolled. Then the chest piece, Cheska, because I want to make sure I get my crit chance near 60. Crit damage, crit chance. It's up to you. You can go for more status effect on this build or less. It really depends on how you want to play. Trauma is very powerful every 30 seconds, blinding players. The reason why I love this is because from range, we're going to constantly be putting players on the bleed. And if you run out of the bullets, the hollow point ammo, then you can just utilize this. It's really nice, and you don't have to always use skills because skills are quite clunky in this game. Also, if you get into a close range 1v1, pull out your shield and then shoot him in the head once, and he can't see you. So you would just flank him and finish him off. It's really powerful. And then once you kill him, then you have more damage for the rest of the players. So it's very good. Then the other pieces, ongoing directive, you guys know the deal. Let's have a look at the mods. So the modifications I have used for the backpack is going to be crit damage. So I've rolled status effect there. So I think there's a crit damage on the chest and backpack and a crit chance on the mask. It's up to you. Just try get your crit chance near 60. I got 58%. Then holster, status effect, gloves, crit chance, then knee pads, status effect. You can go full on damage without speccing too much into status effects, but then I think we would rather use other talents like Wicked or the Ridgeway's build if you want to go up close to players. There are different ways you can do it, but this combination is by far my favorite, and it's very fun to use. So let's take a quick look at the stats. You guys just make sure you put damage modifying modifications to the shield and extra stinger charges for the stinger hive, and that's really up to you. You're not going to be focusing on that. Let's take a look at the stats. Pause the video if you want to read all the other statistics. Like I said before, it's deceiving. You get a lot of damage and a lot of utility and status effect from this build. So let me know what you guys think. Enjoy the gameplay, it's quite a bit, and make sure to leave a like. It really does help the video. Subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Rogue Stinger Hive detected. System curtailed. System restored. Boost about to activate. An agent needs assistance. Rogue Hive detected. An agent needs assistance. Vital signs critical. Boost about to come online. An agent needs assistance. Boost now active. Rogue explosive seeker mine detected. Allies are acquiring the boost. The boost has been taken by allies. Agent down. Rogue Stinger Hive detected.
The enemy is about to be pulled out. You're too strong for them.